And you think about the scenario where a set of parents looks at a book and says, that's the one right there. Now, listen, I'm so excited to be here with you guys. You guys are wonderful, and we're going to have a lot of fun. But here's what I know about audiences when people are new. You don't know me. I don't know you. You're kind of checking me out right now. You're like, all right, little dude. What you got for me? So I start off all my shows with a bit called Common Ground. Just a little segment where we try to find some things that we have in common. It's an interactive experience, and I'm going to state some observations or some different viewpoints that I have on life or just this earth in general. And if you agree with any of them, you just need to make a lot of noise for me. Can you do that? Yeah. It's an interactive experience, and I'm going to give you a softball to start off with. I love and appreciate everything about this place, Dry Bar Comedy. Can we make some noise tonight for Dry Bar Comedy? Vid Angel, the whole team. I think it's so important to put clean comedy out there to show that we can laugh and not be vulgar. I think it's amazing. I think we need more of it on the internet. You know what I'm saying? We're finding some common ground. I'm the middle child. Any middle children in the house tonight? Not bad for a group of people who have been neglected their whole life. Now that's the rap sheet, right? Middle children, they get the short end of the stick their whole childhood. I'm gonna tell you the names of my brothers and what they mean. And I'm gonna tell you my name and what it means, and you tell me what you think, all right? My older brother, Ben, his name means son of my right hand. My younger brother, Blake, his name means strong and bold. My name, Byron, literally means a shed for cows. Take a sip of my water here, and you think about the scenario where a set of parents looks at a book and says, that's the one right there. And then I moved to Oklahoma. I'm fulfilling the prophecy. You know, okay. I grew up in a very religious home. Very religious home. Anybody know what it's like to be in a religious background? Yes, come on now. I'm a pastor's kid. Any pastor's kids in the house? Unfortunately, that gets a much better response at the prison shows. There was literally one clap. Man, it is wonderful to be here with you guys. I've never been to Utah before. I'm from Oklahoma. Anybody ever been to Oklahoma? Anybody who has not been to Oklahoma? Don't worry about it. You're not missing much. Save your sky miles, okay? Going to Oklahoma is kind of like it's kind of like drinking pee. You don't actually have to experience it, yet you still know exactly what it's like. You know what I mean? If Oklahoma was a movie, it'd be called 50 Shades of Brown. It just... This is not a booming postcard industry out of Oklahoma. Let's just put it that way. All our postcards are reversed. Instead of wish you were here, ours say wish we were there. We just send them out. It works like Christmas cards. Pew! We send them out. But I can make fun of Oklahoma because I actually did not grow up there. I grew up in Michigan. Anybody from Michigan? You escaped. You escaped. You must like employment. I know. It's good, though. It's good. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, okay? Technically a suburb, but I feel tougher saying I'm from Detroit than I do when I say I'm from Flat Rock. So I grew up in Detroit, Michigan. Now, as you could imagine, perhaps, if you were, tasked to move to a state like Oklahoma, there's something pressing on my mind. And I want to walk you through what it's like for someone like me to move to that state, who is known for these death-sucking funnels that come out of the sky. Any minute, you're just chilling and you're dead. It's worrisome for people like me. Now, in Detroit, where things are certainly prone to go sideways sometimes, usually with guns and murder, but we like to have an emergency plan, even if that plan is to run. If the police walked in here right now, I'm gone. I didn't do anything, doesn't matter. Somebody did, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So I moved to Oklahoma. The first thing I want to know is, what do we do in the case of a tornado? I find this guy in my neighborhood wearing cargo pants, because I figured any grown man still wearing cargo pants spends his life in a crisis. Some of you got a little insecure. You're like, I'm wearing cargo. So I asked this guy, I say, hey, if a tornado comes, I asked him what you would probably ask. What do we do if a tornado comes? He looked at me like I was crazy. He said, well, you go outside and you watch. And sure enough, the first tornado comes. I'm freaking out. I got my family in the bathtub duct taped to a mattress, and I look outside the front yard, and in his front yard is cargo pants staring at the sky like this. I said, what are you doing? You're about to die. He said, maybe. So that's what it's like, living with these people. I thought they were fearless until one day it snowed. Oh, that's funny. Okay, any Fortnite fans in the house? Fortnite? Any of you got kids that you have to pry off of Fortnite? You know? Okay, it's this video game for those who live under rocks. And I never heard of Fortnite. A bunch of young people invited me over for a Fortnite party. They seemed really confused when I showed up with a bunch of giant quilts and blankets. What else would you bring to a Fortnite? Get the heavy books out and let's go. You know what I mean? Oh, you guys are great. You guys are great. I hated school. Anybody just hate school? It wasn't your thing. Anybody love school? Like that? You just love it? See, look, we're getting to know each other. You're getting to know each other as well. This is great. My wife, she loves school, man. She talks about it all the time. She'll be like, babe, don't you ever wish you were back in school? I say, do you ever wish you were back in labor? Because this is about the same. It's about the same level of enjoyment for me. Let's see. For the longest time, I thought Ariana Grande was a meal at Taco Bell. He's like, it's not? I thought that was the number 6. Mountain Dew Light Ice. Let's go. All right. And I don't know about you guys. You're probably better at this than me, but I'll be honest with you. I don't like to check my bank account regularly. Hooray for overdraft. I mean, why ruin a good day? You know what I mean? Some people call it irresponsibility. I call it depression management. You know what I'm saying? So we got some common ground. And you know what? And speaking of money, have you guys ever noticed how people don't feel like they can have nice things? Like, we all want nice things, but we don't act like we are allowed to have nice things based on something that I call the I'm not rich disclaimer. You've all heard the I'm not rich disclaimer, and you've all probably done it. It's when you get complimented on a said thing, and in response, you give this kind of knee-jerk explanation of how it was you became an owner of that thing. I'm going to give you an example. Let's go with my buddy here from Michigan. Sir, what's your name? Rob. I say, Rob, that's a dope shirt, man. I like that shirt. What I would expect Rob to say is like a normal person. He'd say, thanks, I got it from... Costco. Rob, that and the other 10 shirts just like it. I like it. It's a dope shirt in bulk. But that's what I would expect him to say. I'm just complimenting your shirt. Instead, what we all do is we start in with this I'm not rich disclaimer. I say, Rob, that's a dope shirt. Is what everybody does. He says, thanks. I got it on sale, though. Half off, actually. In fact, my friend worked at the place, gave me an employee discount, and my birthday is next month, so technically it's a gift, it's a gift, it's a gift! I'm going, listen, Rob, I ain't gonna rob you, dude. I just like, sure, we're allowed to have nice things. The Bible says that God can do abundantly more than you can ask or imagine. I'm sure somewhere in that abundance we can find a nice shirt for Rob. Instead, he's acting like I'm the IRS pulling out receipts. I did not pay full price for this. I got a Groupon at a garage sale. My dad went in on it with me. I'm not rich. I think people should just own it. I'd respect it a lot more if Rob just said, yeah, it's a dope shirt. It ought to be for what I paid for it. I need Jesus or my taxes to come back real quick, but this is a dope shirt. Just own it, baby. Just own it. I'll own it. Listen, my wife and I, we got a minivan this last year. I knew we had some minivan drivers in the house tonight. And let me just tell you something. Minivans, all your life, you're told this is supposed to be the capstone to your years as a cool, youthful person. That's what they say. But then I got a minivan. You been in one of these things lately? They got doors that open up by themselves. There's televisions in this thing. All I know is I used to rattle around the road in a 2000 Ford Focus, and now my vehicle warms up my butt cheeks. Y'all, I started from the bottom. Now we're here. Like, I feel better about myself when I'm in that thing. I feel better about it. What's a sweet car supposed to do? Get me a girl? The minivan's proof. I already got the girl. Woo! I got it. It's a done deal. And the evidence is in the back seat watching Mary Poppins for the 300th time. I never even seen that movie, but I can quote it. Oh man, I'm having too much fun. I gotta get through here. Okay, so I got a wife, and she's wonderful. Did I say I have a wife? I told you about kids in a minivan, but an important prerequisite to all those is I have a wife, and it's wonderful. We have a family. We got 2 beautiful little girls. We just had a little boy like 5 months ago. I got my boy. And I'm excited, man. We're parents, and we just do the best we can. Like, I'm sure we fall short many, many times, but that's all you can do is the best you can to raise these babies. And people say that it takes a village of people to raise a child, right? A village of people. I'll just be real with you tonight. I'm not even sure if you need the people. As long as that village has good Wi-Fi and an iPad, we good. Just shove them in the corner. We won't hear from them for 2 days. I promise you. You don't even have to give them toys. They'll get on YouTube and watch other kids play with toys. We're good. Oh, man, it's wonderful. My wife, it's amazing. We got this, I love celebrating all the milestones of life, okay? And my wife, she's my soulmate, man. She is. We met in 2nd grade, dated all the way through. bad game in second grade. We're like a modern day Troy and Gabriella. If that's too young of a reference, we're like Corey and Topanga. Still too young, we're like Adam and Eve. Okay, we got everybody. We got everybody. And it's great, man. We got this, we got our first house this last year. Got our first house. Very excited, yeah. And it was beautiful and it was amazing until she started following Chip and Joanna Gaines. Them people have ruined life for husbands of white women. Listen, I am a city boy. If I am not within 10 minutes of a Walmart, I get anxious. Why is there rustic windmills in my house? I don't understand this. They have this possession over her, man. She starts spending money that I do not possess. Even worse, she starts thinking that I have handyman skills that I do not possess. I'll be like, babe, you can buy all the wood you want. I don't know what a farmhouse door is. And my toolkit is from IKEA. What are you expecting? She's great though. She supports, she keeps our house together, man. Let me just give some love to the mamas right now. All the mamas in the house. Moms are superheroes. Every day really should be Mother's Day. It really should to some degree. Any person who has birthed a child or been birthed by a woman should be grateful for mothers. That should cover about everyone. I've watched my wife give birth to 3 kids. And I tell everyone out there, there is not a man in the history of the world on a battlefield who is tougher than a woman who has given birth to a child. I can't believe it. It's amazing. And every single one of my kids' birthdays, my wife gets a gift. We call it a get out gift. Because that's what she was screaming when she earned it each time. I tell everybody, man, love on your mamas. Love on your mamas. I don't care what you're going through. You did not need an epidural to get through it. She's great. She is so supportive. She's way better at supporting our family than I am at supporting people. I'll give you a story to illustrate. My wife, she graduated from nursing school. Okay, big deal. She was the top of her class. And at her graduation ceremony, I wanted to make sure that she felt some love from my direction in that auditorium. Okay? So I was going to yell a word I can get into, and I was going to go with the word that started with the buh syllable, because I can get into that. Buh, 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 buh. So I was going to yell the word boom, because I watch sports all the time. Boom, shakalaka, boom, that's what I'm talking about. Boom. So I got my plan, and I'm getting ready to go, and they call my wife across the stage, Hannah Trimble. And this is what the people in that 2,000-seat auditorium heard. What's coming out of my mouth. You see, that's the problem with yelling the word boom really loudly and drawn out as part of a viewing audience. It actually communicates the opposite of what you are trying to say. It's too late at this point. I start trying to fix it. Boom, boom, boom. My in-laws are like, what is wrong with you? Hannah's little nursing school friends are like, Hannah, is your husband booing you? Do you need a place to stay for a while? It's good though, man. I've had so much fun with you guys. You guys are wonderful people. This is his dream come true, to get to come do comedy for people like you guys. It's going well, and I'm thankful that this dream's working out better than my previous dream. All throughout my whole life, my dream was to play in the NBA, and That wasn't a joke. That was for real. I'm pouring my heart out to you people. I know why you're laughing, so let's just talk about it. There's not a lot of 5'5" guys like me in professional basketball. Everybody wants to make fun of the short guy until your kids won't come down from the play place. Then we're everybody's best friend. Oh, little Gavin won't come down, will he? The same Gavin you were offering me his old clothes a second ago. Okay. I'll go get Gavin. Here's the worst part about being short. I'll just tell you. So, if you know any short people, you'll just be able to look at them next time when you see them out in the wild, and you can be like, I get you. One of your kind told me about your struggles. Here's the worst part about being short, particularly a short man. It's getting hugs from tall women. I don't know what to do with it. For me, it's like hugging my second grade teacher bye for the summer. For them, it's very uncomfortable, as well as it is for me, because it looks something like this. They come in for a hug, and then they just don't know what to do. Next thing you know, your ego's totally shot because you got a 5'11" woman bending over you like this, Oh, I love you. And you know what? Tall women, I love you guys and I appreciate you. And a lot of you come up to me after shows and you say wonderfully nice things, and I appreciate the support. But listen, I'll even take my picture with you sometimes, but in those cases, you don't have to take a knee. You don't have to do it. Tall women, you don't have to do it. It's unnecessary. We have chairs for things like this. I will stand on it. Worst part is when your kids start getting in on it. When your kids start, we had a show in Clarksville, Tennessee this last year, okay, and I got to take my family with me, and we're in the hotel, right? And we're sharing the elevator with a whole bunch of dudes. They're all buddies, and it's just me and my 5-year-old, them and Kate, in the elevator. And it's that awkward silence the elevators have, And I see her little head looking at them, looking at me, looking at them, looking at me. And she breaks the silence by exclaiming, "Dad, you're tiny." I said, "What?" She said, "You're tiny compared to them." I said, "Yeah, babe. You're making wonderful and accurate observations." She said, "Yeah, but you're really tiny." These guys are dying laughing, howling laughing at me. We get to their floor finally, and that awkward silence is back because their laughter subsides. The elevator dings, ding, I think we're done. We're not. Because just before these fellas can walk off the elevator, my daughter one last time exclaims, "Kids are supposed to be tiny, not adults." I'm like, what the heck was that? I've never been roasted so bad in my life. Here's the worst part of that story that she didn't even know, y'all. Those guys in that elevator, that was a junior high baseball team. Guys, I had so much fun tonight. I'm Byron Trimble. Thank you.